for that. And the old partner opera gets further and further away. Now that's why you don't have this motivation anymore, because you're already thinking of acting when you do the opera.
But I don't want to give up the singing.
You don't. You just have to vary it and you know, as the pieces come, just focus more on the one thing you like the most right now, which is acting. And whenever you have the impulse to do it,
somehow I'll be. I won't. Let's do half of a song.
That's fine.
Is that plenty? Okay, so get on.
Very nice. Let's see.
You a little folk melody, and are you familiar at all with the folk tune "The Water Is Wide"? It goes, "The water wings to fly." That's all I need to hear.
I just know the words.
That's okay. You can sing it on law, and actually law would be better because so it's just
You know, I'm sorry. I'm kind of confused about this.
more contemporary to folk style.
Okay.
That, you know, more in the sense of like folk rock or I don't know quite how to describe it, but that's why I want to get a combination of things. But I'm just giving you a straight melody. I might have you sing it a couple different stylistic ways, because I want to hear both elements in the voice, both a more like strict kind of pop sound, but also something that would be not all the way to like operatic legit, but just a more sweeter sound, not as much chest in it as you might do for pop music. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's really helpful.
Okay. So everyone can sing along. So we can all do it.
You know, like la la la.
Yeah, it's okay. La 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 la.
The first part of it.
It's like,
Okay.
La la
from the moment you get up is the thought that you have, you know, I want to achieve this and that today in my profession. And you get up, you know,
Well, then it's
eager,
exciting.
and you go.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, I mean, how many people have jobs that don't want to get out of bed just because they don't like their job? They just don't want to go and do the same thing again and again and again, you know? And I think it's funny because it's just love, whatever you do. You know, if you don't appreciate it, it's like with nature. You know, you can sit out here, and if you don't appreciate it, it doesn't give you anything.
Right.
You know, if you appreciate it here, you can sit here for 3 hours and not talk a single word, but you're just happy being here in the moment.
Right.
You know? And actually, surgery and drugs, it's devastating because George Bush declared in 1990 it's the decade of the brain. Now, because there's been so much research made in order to help those people who need psychiatric help, but on an approach with chemicals,
Right.
where they basically would treat you when you come in, and I'm a psychiatrist and psychotherapist,
Right.
where it would actually allow me without that you would agree whatever I say. I would say you need this and that drug, and I can even put you in a hospital,
Right.
and you would have to agree with that. I wouldn't even have to ask you if you want to do this.
No, I wouldn't like that.
You see, I know what your problem is, and I just prescribe a drug which I think would be helpful for you. Which is...
But the drugs don't cure the problem, they just treat the symptoms.
That's what it is, and that's what the scary thing is. They are not. It's almost like psychiatrists go to a pre-Freudian stage again. This has a major part of it.
Magic pills.
Right. It was always drugs. Now Freud came along with this theory, and it just gets so developed you see